Welcome back to Big Red Radio. This is Bet the Mortgage. Each week we do our best bets of the weekend. I'm going to pop our record up here. I went 2-1 last week. Zach went 1-2. I'm kind of on a hot streak. I think I'm 5-1 in the past 2 weeks. So I started slow, but if you stayed with me, you're making a lot of money. Zach, we're going to get into our picks. Do you have anything before that?
Yeah, I think Vegas is actually doing a really good. Each week, I feel like it gets harder and harder to find
Yeah.
the locks. Right? Like I feel like I can find one or two, but that third one's like a little
Right.
dicey there. Uh,
No, I hear you.
yeah, I think it's tough to find locks anymore. I don't know. Last year, I felt like it was easier,
Yeah, I think
but this year,
at the beginning of every season, it feels easy if you get it right. Like this year, we didn't. Last year, it was like some reason we just knew. We just knew what Vegas didn't, and we were just on it. 14 straight bets to start the year, as we've said.
yeah,
So this year is the opposite, but now I feel like I'm hitting my groove where I'm getting some value on teams that Vegas is kind of giving up on. So I feel good about that. So you want me to go first?
yeah, sure.
All right. My first one, and I kind of used this theory last week, and it worked out for me, actually, against this team. Washington minus 10.5 versus Rutgers. Washington is at home for this one. Rutgers is traveling across the country. I think Washington is in need of a big time bounce back game. Obviously, they lost to Ohio State. They struggled against Maryland. Even though they won that game, they're coming back home. They're going to be strong. Their offense is going to roll. Rutgers on defense is not good. Rutgers does have a good offense, but I think they're going to struggle a little bit in this Washington environment. So I think Washington wins by 14, maybe more, maybe 20, and I think they roll in this one. So Washington minus 10.5.
Yeah, mine's gonna be Alabama -3 versus Missouri. Missouri is a team where I feel like it's one of those teams where we've put a lot of stake in them based off of the stake that we put in other teams early in the year. 42-31 win over Kansas. Is Kansas that good? Not sure, right? 29-20 win over South Carolina. Now we wonder at this point in the season, is South Carolina that good? Not sure. Obviously handled business over UMass and Central Arkansas. But this Alabama team seems to only be getting better
Mm-hmm.
each week. Obviously versus Florida State struggled, lost, didn't look too great. But then now you look at them, coming out against Georgia and absolutely handling business. Coming out against Vanderbilt, absolutely handling business there as well. I think they do the same thing here against Missouri. I think Alabama's got a chip on their shoulder. I think this is a team that you could look to, make a run at the SEC title and, contend for the top.
Yeah, definitely. My next one is Cincinnati minus 10.5. Cincinnati's on a roll right now, and they're getting 10.5 against UCF. I don't think UCF's very good. I think, they played Kansas close last week. I think that was a tricky spot for KU. Night game in Orlando, a lot of travel there. UCF's coming to Cincinnati, so a lot of travel for UCF. And I think Cincinnati's a really good team. Like, I think they're just going to dominate UCF on the ground, and I think they're gonna get up a lot early. And even if UCF makes a push late, I think Cincinnati still covers this pretty easily.
Yeah. My next one is going to be Iowa State -3 over Colorado. I think Colorado's a bad team. They've been waxed by every Big 12 team they've played so far. TCU 35-21. I guess BYU was 24-21. They have wins currently over Wyoming, lost to Houston 36-20, beat Delaware 31-20 or 31-7, lost to Georgia Tech 27-20. I think this Iowa State team is a good team. I think we saw them not really know how good of a runner Brendan Sorsby was, which got him down early. They had, a ton of players out hurt. I just think they're way better than this Colorado team. -3, I think this is, I think they're a 10-point favorite here, and I may even take them there as well.
Yeah. So my final one is Iowa, Wisconsin over 35.5. I don't think either of these defenses are very good. I do think Wisconsin's D line is the best part of their defense, but I think there's ways Iowa can kind of move around that. Yeah, Iowa's not a good defense either. And Wisconsin could be getting their starting quarterback back with Billy Edwards. Even if they're not, I think they can have some success against this Iowa defense that has shown that nobody is like they can't stop anybody. They held up against Iowa State. They got smacked by Rutgers. Luckily, Rutgers also doesn't have a defense, so Iowa won that game. But I truly think this is the worst defense maybe Kirk Ferentz has ever had at Iowa. So I think a lot of scoring, not a lot of scoring, but you don't need a lot of scoring. Like this could be a 20-17 game and it's the over. Like I think this is going to easily hit. I think this is like a 31-21 type of game that Iowa wins. I think there's a world where Wisconsin wins this game, but that doesn't matter for me. I just need them to score just a little bit. Like score. I need each team to score twice, and I feel good. So.
Yeah, my final one, which crazy enough is actually a plus money pick, is OU money line over Texas. Not to say that Texas is a bad team. I do think they are a good team, but I think OU has a very good pass rush. I think they get after Arch. Obviously, he's already struggling. Get a young kid, high emotions in a game, struggling. You get after him a little bit. He's obviously prone to making mistakes. I think he makes a bunch more in this game. I think OU has really good defense. I think if Mateer does come back, this is a no-brainer for me. I think even without him coming back, this is a close game that's very winnable for OU. But it's less about how good OU is and just how good OU's offense is, and more just like how much their defense can make Arch struggle, because it's clear that he gets very emotional, kind of rides the highs and lows. This is going to be a very, very emotional game. It's a Red River rivalry. Some may say this is, the biggest rivalry in football and college football. It's right up there with Michigan, Ohio State. Like I said, OU is going to get after him, make him make bad decisions. I think that's how they win this game.
Yeah, definitely. So as I said in the beginning, make sure you follow us all on the socials down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell so you never miss. Zach, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.